Sweet children, Miss Miller here. Happy Friday. Your main objective today is to finish your 3 placement tests on Alexia Power Up. Some of you finished them on Thursday. That's cool. Some of you did not even start and have no idea what I'm talking about. That's cool too. I'm going to show you how to find it. So you're going to go to Google Classroom. Bam. You'll start on the stream, go to classwork. Under week 2, there's a material called Thursday Lexia Power Up Login and Placement. It won't be opened. You got to click on it. And there's 2 options for you to figure out how to get your Lexia Power Up. There is a video that Miss Munson made of her logging in with a student's account. If you need to watch someone do it in order to understand it, you should watch that. It's also pretty helpful if you're another type of learner. These Google Slides is the lesson I used. So if you're more of a step-by-step person and like to take your time, you might want to use the Google Slides. We're not going to go into that because I already have resources for them. This LexiaPowerUp.com, when you click on it, it will take you to Lexia Power Up. And this is what that front page looks like. Remember, you're logging in with Clever, not your regular stuff. But I am going to show you a few useful resources. This is what our lessons next week are probably going to look like. They'll have a picture of the text on there. And this is where you're going to annotate. And I'm going to show you some tools in Google Slides, because you're each going to get a copy of this PowerPoint. We're going to be worried about inserting stuff. So we're going to go to insert, and you can do image and text box. You can also do audio, visual, shape, table, chart, all of that stuff. But we're mostly concerned about image and text box. So when you go over image, you're going to click search the web. And I already searched for a star. And you can get them so they're transparent in the background, so they're not going to like block out any of the text. So you click on it, it's got that star, and you'll click insert, and it inserts into your document. It's going to be really big, so you're going to have to resize it. When the cursor is these 4 little arrows, that means you can move it around, except my cursor's not working. And it shows you the outline of where it's going to end up. These little dots in the corner, when you land on them, it'll have 2 little arrows, and that means you can resize it. So you just click down, and you're going to resize it. And you just click down until it's as small as big as you want. I like mine pretty small because I just don't like obnoxious things on my page. But if you see something important and you want to put a star next to it, that could be an option. Another way that you could highlight, you can't actually highlight on this because it's a picture of the page. It's not the actual text of the words. So I'm going to go to insert again, and I'm going to do insert text box, and you'll come with this little plus thing, and you'll create the text box. I like to do the font super small. If you go up here to font size, oops, you can do it really small. And that's just what I like to do. And you can resize this the same way you did the picture. And I'm gonna go up to this toolbar again, and it says fill color, and border weight. I'm going to do border color, and I'm gonna pick yellow. This border weight is just the thickness of the lines. So at 1, it's pretty thin, and 24 would be very, very thick lines, which I'm not gonna do right now. So I've clicked yellow for the border color, and when I click off of it, it's gonna be yellow right there. And I can move this onto this picture and highlight what I want, and you can resize it there. I like mine to be really perfect, but you don't have to be necessarily as perfect as that. And when you click off, it'll look like you've highlighted it. You can also move this using your arrow keys like that if your hands are too shaky to get it exactly where you want. But that's an option if you want to highlight. You can use any color you like. I suggest yellow because it's not as distracting, but you do you. Another way to make a text box is if we go back up to this toolbar, you can make a line if you needed to like connect something like chapter 1, when I, and you could like write some words on it. You can also make a text box from there. So if you liked to type things, I'm going to change the font to a little smaller. And then I'm going to change my border color to red. And I'm going to make notes in the margin. And that's when he was talking about his looks. So he has gray-green, what did he say? Light brown, red hair. He has gray-green eyes. I'm wild. If you want to take notes on the side, you can do that. Or if you're a person that just likes to take good old-fashioned notes, you can make your own text box. And then up here, you have numbered list and bulleted list. I'm going to click bulleted list and it'll make bullet points for me. That's how I like to take notes. And you can also put looks, brown red hair, and you can take notes that way. If you want to go to the next one, you press enter. That's how you go to the next line. You might want to copy and paste something. I've shown y'all a few times, but some of y'all are still struggling with it. You highlight it, so you make sure that little blinking cursor is next to the word you want. You click down, and then you drag your cursor across whichever word you want. And there's two ways to copy and paste. You can double click, except my double click also doesn't work very well on this brand new computer. There we go. There's a cut. I never use that. When you cut something, it takes it out completely and you can paste it somewhere else, but I prefer to just copy it because cutting it just sounds really stressful to me. So I'm gonna copy it, and then you'll click where you want it, and you can double click again, and you can paste it. Or another option that might be a little quicker. My Chromebook does not let me double click and copy and paste. I have to use the keyboard keys. You'll highlight it and then you press Control C, stands for copy. So when you can, oh, I don't think I was highlighted still, I press something. Control C. And then when you want to paste it, it's Control V. V as in volcano, and it pastes it. If you mess something up, you accidentally delete a picture, you type something, you deleted something you shouldn't have, the edit undo button, there's one up here, these little arrows, you have an undo and a redo. You can also use the keyboard. Control Z undoes it. So I'm gonna pretend I typed all crazy, and then I'm gonna press Control Z and it takes it away. That's your edit undo. If you accidentally undo something you wanted to do, you can redo and it goes back like that. I think that's about it. That's the gist of what I've been wanting y'all to figure out. Have a great 3-day weekend. We do not have school on Monday. Don't show up to Familia at 7:30 a.m. because no one's gonna be there. Have a wonderful weekend. Please finish your 3 placement tests. Super, super important. Finish your 3 placement tests and then you're good for the rest of the day. You don't have to do anything with this PowerPoint stuff yet. That was mostly to get y'all to look into it, have an initial glance before we get started on Monday. So have a wonderful weekend. Cooper also says goodbye. Say bye, Cooper. He doesn't care. Goodbye.